What's up, everybody? Welcome back to IGN's E3 2014 live show. I'm Greg Miller, chilling in my living room with Michael. Glenn, how you guys doing?
Hey, Greg, how are you?
Good, man. Great to be here.
So you're making this game, Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. It's a little-known franchise. We're excited about the future, and it's a very special treat, ladies and gentlemen, the star of Advanced Warfare, Kevin Spacey.
Hi, Kevin. We're personal friends.
I get you two. I get you two.
Yeah.
Why wasn't he at the conference? I had my Kevin Spacey K-Pack shirt on. I was ready.
Hey, there's not two more guys that wanted him more than us there as well. We would have loved to have him, but he's in the game. Yeah. That's what matters, right?
Is in the game. We have a whole bunch of gameplay. Let's jump into it. We'll talk a little bit about it. How long have you been working on Advanced Warfare?
Wow, it's been almost 3 years now.
3 years?
Yeah. Yep, ever since Modern Warfare.
How many times did you want to quit?
None. But how many times did we want to talk about the game? That's another story. I mean, 3 years keeping it quiet. Oh my gosh.
None? Like half the times I walk into your office, I want to quit.
Well, I wanted to fire you. There's a difference.
It has been 3 years. 3 years focused on next-gen development, 3 years focused on bringing something really innovative to Call of Duty.
Yep.
Proud of Sledgehammer Games and everybody working on this thing. It's been a great road to get here today.
So now that you're here, I have to imagine the payoff's already happening, right? People are so stoked for the demo. People were stoked to see Kevin Spacey.
Yeah, it's been great. I mean, the reception has been really nice, and it's been wonderful for us. And, you know, the booth itself is unbelievable, right?
Yeah.
And to have Kevin here with us today.
I know. He's here in spirit.
Yeah.
He's always here in spirit, I like to think about Kevin Spacey. So working on a game for 3 years, many Call of Duties came and went in that time, and things happened. How do you innovate? How did you move towards, this like futuristic mech suits and stuff like that? Where is it all from day one of year one, or is it something you add on and figure out as you go? Yeah,
I think it's worth kind of hanging on that for a moment. I mean, 3 years, first in Call of Duty, to have 3 full years of development, and for us, the Sledgehammer Game, for Activision to give us that opportunity to say, hey, just go after next gen, make a true next gen Call of Duty experience, from technology, techniques to prototyping to focus on narrative. I mean, man, it's been awesome.
Yeah, I bet.
A lot, when you're thinking about the next gen and in design, right, it opens up so much stuff. And some of these things that we built in the game have taken a long time to put together. And as Michael said, we spent a long time on the narrative. 2.5 years trying to craft a real good story.
And
it's interesting too, like the Boost Jump came out 2.5 years ago. It was one of the first rapid prototypes we did in the EXO. So, a lot of what you see today with Elysium and Edge of Tomorrow and other kind of EXO pop culture, that was something we started working on 2.5 years ago. Isn't that crazy?
I was going to say, how much does that suck for that 3 years where you're like, I can't say it, but we've been making this? Because the internet, you're going to post it, it looks like Elysium, it looks like Titanfall, you're like, God.
It's been...
It is what it is.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
ours is different, right?
Yeah.
We're not drilling it into them like they did in Elysium, which is
a little they can take off the suit.
Yeah, I'd rather have ours than that one.
And you're seeing it here, right? So this is the first sort of chance for the players to get their hands on the EXO and the Advanced Soldier. That was boost assist on the way down. You saw him kick the door open in the drop pod. I mean, that's about strength and speed. You're going to see, man, there's just so much in this level. It's new at every corner.
There's the pods that you actually came down in with your other guys. This is a drop on Seoul with about 10,000 guys coming in to try and knock back the enemy.
Sure.
And you see all kinds of new technology that we have. We have the tanks and the helicopters and all new designs. Everything starts from scratch.
For you, when you look at this whole scene right here, what is the most next gen, if you will, and quote thing about it? Like, obviously visuals is what jumps out to a layman like myself who doesn't make video games, right? But you were talking about how the things you could only do on next gen.
Yeah.
Is it as simple as a particle effect, or is it something different?
I mean, it's the faces themselves. They have all new facial technology, but just to show that scene with the vehicles going by, with the amount of look at all the buildings. I mean, the immense amount of detail takes so much time to do, and you would never get that on the
and it's really sort of the sum of the parts, right?
Yeah, it
when
really
you think
is
of
the
what
aggregate of everything.
Drives that scene, which we're really proud of.
I like
we
this
think,
one here.
Yeah, that's a great moment. Yeah. It's a new renderer, it's a new animation system, it's new facial technology, it's new lighting, it's new physics system. I mean, check the boxes, man. This is could not have done this on last generation.
So when they
See
come
a
to
cool
you,
swarm coming up too.
what now? Oh
A
yeah,
cool
oh yeah,
swarm,
the
yeah.
guys in the air.
Yeah.
What are the deal with those guys?
Those are drones.
Okay, from the bad
And,
guys.
yeah, and you just got to make sure that they don't attack you.
Yeah, this is great. This is, Call of Duty tries to be ripped from the headlines, and this is North Korea finally deciding to go after South Korea.
Right.
So that's
Took them 50 years.
took them 50 years.
Well, they were working on
And
these
they,
drones.
They made a lot of drones in
Right.
50 years, and so
I'll
that's
tell you
And
what
they-
happened. That Amazon drone came out, and then they got
Yeah.
it. They re-engineered it. There you go. That's what happened.
Had to build each one.
So you're talking about North Korea coming after South Korea. You talk about working on the narrative for
Right.
so long. Where does that seed start for you guys when you're like, I want to make a Call of Duty that has an awesome story?
It starts right from the beginning. At first, you come up with your sort of your pillars, and when we're writing the story, I just want to show you where he rips off the car door and uses that as a.
That got a pretty big applause
Yeah,
break
yeah.
in our war room when that happened.
And that's pretty cool. I mean, that's across the story mode. You see an open door, you need some cover.
Yeah.
You got the XO, you're strong and kind of a badass. You rip that door off and go.
Nice.
I mean, even though we're in Seoul, when we talked about the story, we did not want to have a nation state as the enemy. So we talked about the private military corporation and the growth of that. So that's where you start building your story up.
For you, when you're thinking about it, I mean, is it? I know we've made a joke about the headlines coming to life, but is that really where it is for you? You look at news and like try to make that next few logical steps to see where we could get crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's kind of one of the cores of Call of Duty, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it needs to be relatable, grounded, and throughout the history of this amazing franchise, it's always been sort of ripped from the headlines. And as you probably remember from COD 4 or the original Modern Warfare, I mean, you were using AC-130s in the game at the same time you were watching on
Right.
CNN.
Yeah.
So, the conflict in North Korea, the rise of the PMC, this is what's happening today. And our
I mean,
research-
the exoskeleton itself is, we see it in medical uses right now. We'll start seeing ads for that. And it's been on TED Talks, and the military's starting to use it because they can carry, 400 pounds. So a lot of this stuff is, the 3 years has allowed us intense research.
Yeah.
Everything we've researched. Spent a lot of time.
And this is research that's happening now. These are technologies that are in R&D today. This isn't
Yeah.
science fiction. You saw the directed energy weapon
Yeah.
a little bit earlier. That's weaponized energy. That stuff is happening today. This will be on the battlefield tomorrow. So we get
Well,
in
now
the
you're
hands.
terrifying me about going on the battlefield. I
Well,
don't wanna do that.
stay off the battlefield.
Okay,
You'll probably be
well,
okay.
Yeah.
They don't need video game reporters out there in the front lines.
All you need is a controller now.
Exactly.
This is a great shot. This is kind of coming
Well, yeah,
back
you
to
guys
the
immediately
narrative.
start
and-
tugging at the heartstrings. Literally, hey, thanks for watching for the first time.
Yeah.
This
Well,
guy
that's
gets
that
us-
emotional connection that we wanted to have, and that's part of what we're doing with the story.
I said it on Twitter when I was watching this that I've been playing too much Walking Dead because my initial reaction was saw his arm off. Just
Okay.
grab something
Oh,
out of
really?
your. I thought you
Oh,
were
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
shoot him in the arm. I was like, that's all dangerous and terrible. But then, yeah.
Did you cry first time in?
No, I was like, what's happening? And I didn't even know. It's one of those funny things of how much on that first watch of a trailer you miss things, right?
Oh,
and so
yeah.
when he fell, it all happened so fast in the press conference. We were all like, what? And then this happens with the arm, and it was like, and then the other guy's arm, and I'm like, no, that's that guy's arm. Like
Oh,
this
yeah.
thing tumbled. That you saw it there really clearly. I think now that we're not caught up in what's happening,
Yeah.
with a crazy
Yeah.
ass thing.
I mean, this is around the personal journey of Private Mitchell, and Private Mitchell here on the ground has been obviously traumatically injured. You will learn to really love and care and be engaged with that character, and even in Soul, the full level, it gives you time to really be attached. And as Glenn said, it's about kind of tugging on your heartstrings,
And the
It's
arm.
not just a military. Yeah.
tugging on the arm.
I'm assuming he gets an awesome robot arm then, though, right?
Lots of assumptions, but
He's got it. He got cool mech suits and grenades that can see people through walls. He's getting a cool ass robot arm, and I can't wait.
Oh boy. Here we go. We better.
Oh,
have
now we
that.
got sizzle reality
Yeah.
of the trailer here, of course. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and then this
There
is
we
just, we talk about this, it's really special is to show Soul for the first time. This is just scratching the surface and a lot more to come here.
Call of Duty's Call of Duty. It's huge. Pressure
Yeah.
on you, number one, not to screw that up. Not to be the first underperforming Call of Duty.
Yeah. Thanks for reminding us.
I just want to let you know that's your future pressure. But I want to know more. We talked about, that they came to you and were like, build a Call of Duty for next gen.
Yes.
Blah, blah, blah. How quickly did you go from, yes, totally, we'll do that, that's awesome, to, oh, crap, we have bitten off a lot here.
Well,
I think, we put the pressure on ourselves to begin with. Always demanding the best, and So there's a lot of pressure to begin with, but yeah, when they come to you and they're like, hey, how about having the biggest franchise in the world, and by the way, you got to innovate on
Don't
it.
screw it up.
Like, and don't screw it up. Like, okay, and then we go back and faint.
Yeah, you know, it's 5 years for us in July as a studio. 5 years ago, we didn't exist, and so, you know, we built the studio with a, you know, singular vision to achieve excellence and one goal, to come leave our mark on Call of Duty. And so the team embraced that challenge and that opportunity, and man, I couldn't be more proud. We couldn't be more proud.
Right.
3 years of just going for it, and that got us to today. So yes, a little nerve-wracking along the way, some pressure, but man, some excitement and chance to celebrate.
That's
this
why
week.
we're here today, you know. But, after 3 years, we'll see how people like it. You know?
Yeah, you finally get to let your hair down today, talk about how proud you are, and then go back to work and finish the freaking game.
Well, that's the truth.
Well,
When's it come out, guys?
November 4th.
It's coming up fast.
Pre-order today.
Pre-order today, right now. Get a Call of Duty fanny pack, maybe. Is that the pre-order bonus? I don't know.
That's not the pre-order bonus.
Guys, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank
you
you
very much.
Handshakes.
Good to see you again, man.
Yes, I've missed you.
Hey,
First Up at Noon
double
guest of all
handshakes.
time. He was the you didn't come up for nothing for Up at Noon.
Whatever.
You're
Exactly.
nothing to me. Ladies and gentlemen, the IGN E3 live show will continue here with awesome demos. The next one is Xenoblade Chronicles X, so don't go anywhere. Enjoy your life.
Thank you.